Hello again, everybody. There's Mary Hall down in the pit and the other part of the house. We haven't done the joists yet. We're fixing to do them over there. But let me show you as we walk in here what we have completed. So let me bring this zoom out a little bit. See, isn't that nice? When you walk in the front door, this is where I'm at right now, front door. This whole half of the house is done. Complete, 100%. Isn't that something? And we started over there and went down and came from there and finished up over here. And it wound up perfect at the end. That's when you know you got everything right, is when towards the end or at the end, it's still perfect. And the reason being is because we decided, to make sure that everything was perfect, like these bridges, we made sure.
Start off was straight.
Right, once you start off, right? But every single bridge between the joists there you see is the exact same length, except for the end ones. They're different simply because you start the plywood at the end and then wind up center. But every single one of them are exactly the same length, so that helps keep it perfect. Of course, you have to start off perfect. That's so important. Sorry about the traffic noise. Sometimes there's a lot of traffic on this street. But anyway, this is 100% complete. You see those vertical 2x4s? You might think those are there for support, but they're not. They're simply there to hold the pink on forever. Make sure that pink insulation doesn't separate from the cinder block wall. And we put them, about every 2-3 feet. And all the way around, and make sure that holds up. And it also acts like support too, but we don't really need it, like I said. It's sort of dangerous walking around on these joists, so we're going to get a sheet of plywood to temporarily lay down on here, so we have some sort of safe platform to enter, because this is the only entrance to the house besides the back door, which also comes in on this new joists we put down. Again, it's kind of dangerous walking around on them. When I do it, I make sure I'm hanging onto a wall or something. And I don't want Mary to do it. But boy, doesn't that look nice? It just looks like was done correctly. See how we tied in on that main beam there, where the joists tie together.
We screwed everything.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Mary. The reason being is because I kept, normally you would nail this all together with a pneumatic nail gun, which we have, by the way. And we even purchased nails for our nail gun.
Would have went faster, but.
Oh yeah, a lot faster if we used a nail gun. But we decided to take the time and use screws. Every single place where you would normally nail, we screwed it with 3-inch, 3.5-inch, 2.5-inch screws. We probably got, several hundred screws easily in this. And Mary did most of the screwing because I would hold it in place. Because some of these would have to be lifted up. Excuse me while I step down here. Some of these had to be lifted up to meet the ledger, because the wood isn't perfect. It's always varies in thickness and whatnot. But, wherever we did have gaps, we put shims to make sure it'll never settle down, in any gaps. So this is super tight and buttoned up. I mean, look at it. Doesn't that look good? We're real happy with it. Again, we're not bragging or anything. We just simply did everything precise, like manufacturing those bridges at exactly.
We did do a little boo-boo. We left the steps under the floor.
Oh yeah. But anyway, here's we put a stop on the saw here, and every piece is identically the same. Yeah, and we did entomb our steps here.
Those are not perfect either.
We thought we could get it out, but it's just by an inch or half inch. We can't slide it underneath here. We can't bring it between the joists or anything, so I might have to take that apart. Or we might just simply leave it for posterity. But here it is from this view. Again, we're down in the pit where we're gonna work on next. This part is much larger. The joists go this way. They go the opposite, perpendicular with the joists we just did. So then they actually come, they'll come across here and tie into this joist. And then they'll have plenty of resting area on this header and the cinder block wall. And they'll go this way. But it's much longer going this way from front to back. So there's a lot more joists and whatnot. I think there's like 50 of them we got to get. So we'll continue along on this beam here. Now we could get lazy and just leave this all like it is. But we're going to take it out like we did the other side. Looks like this might be easier because, this is over this board. It looks like somebody already removed this and replaced it, probably when the work was done 30 years ago. But what's so nice is when we remove this, it'll expose the openings in all the cinder block. Now, these are filled because Mary filled them because this was all open. So we filled everywhere we could where it was open. But now that we've decided to remove all that, we'll fill all of them. I mean, that's the purpose behind removing them. They look like they're, it's definitely looks like it's strong enough and it hasn't, we could use these. But the reason we're taking them out is to fill the foundation. I mean, that was something that was supposed to be done. Those cavities in the cinder blocks are supposed to be filled, especially in a situation like this. But it did last, how many years this house is and this addition is. I understand that this portion's an addition, but then that was the original part of the house. And you could tell. But again, we're gonna, make the foundation right. And then there's still, we saw the landlord yesterday. He stopped by, and he keeps mentioning that addition on the back end. This is like I'm facing the back of the house right now. That's, believe it or not, the master bedroom, which is very small. And we were gonna move this wall a couple feet into the bathroom and extend this room, but the landlord keeps talking about doing an addition in the entire back. In other words, 16 feet across like this, and then he's talking 16 feet out. So that'll be incredible. That'll make this house
And it'll make that bedroom bigger.
not only make the master bedroom bigger, but also the upstairs way bigger. So we could probably have 3 bedrooms upstairs and then this 4th bedroom. So, and 2.5 baths easily. So that's going to be spectacular. So apparently the landlord's not in any hurry getting us in here. He's like, again, he's monitoring our progress. And he only lives, I can walk to his house. He only lives back about, he's in our backyard essentially. So he's monitoring our progress and hasn't had any complaints whatsoever. In fact, nothing but praise. So he's very happy what's going on with his brand new, soon to be brand new house here. I mean, look at this crawl space now. Remember how it was a couple months ago? I mean, you couldn't even, I opened up there was a opening right there, which we're gonna totally cement in. But you looked under there and it was just a nightmare under here. And now look at it. Beautiful cement floor. Well, I don't know about beautiful, but the fact that it's here is beautiful because it used to be dirt. And we've been diligently trying to keep clean after ourselves. That's why we got this vacuum. But we've been making sure the floor stays clean. So, because when we move in, we want a nice, clean, spotless crawl space. Because that was the big issue, number one issue about this house, was the fact that this needed to be done. And thank God the landlord's spending the tens of thousands of dollars it's going to take to get this done. All the material is just astronomical, unbelievable. Every time, like when we go get cement for this foundation walls here, that's cheap in comparison, but still you're looking at a lot of money. We've already used almost 200 bags of cement, and I think we're gonna be using about at least 50 more. I don't know how much, and we kind of calculated one bag does a foot of cinder block, right? I think so. So if we start from there, that wall, that little short wall is done already. But if we start from there and measure all the way around, all the way to there, then we can calculate pretty many how much bags we need, how many bags we need. So anyway, that's we're pretty pleased with our progress. So is the landlord, and we're pleased with the quality of work. Thank God Menards has decent, I mean really decent lumber. That's one good thing. Shout out to Menards. If only they would pay me for saying that, but we don't have much of a choice around here. It's the only lumber yard around. But again, just from my experience, being at many places that sell lumber, their lumber is definitely high quality. Even these 8-foot lengths, I mean, I couldn't believe how straight these boards are. So that also helps for a high quality job. All right, Mary, this video's been going on a long time. You got anything you want to say before we end it?
Just want to say I love you guys, and I hope you guys are staying safe. And we got another Canada Smoke Day.
Yeah.
Yay, and I fibbed Donald. There's like 900 fires going over there.
I know, that's crazy. You know, it's not really their fault. I guess you have to blame it on the climate kind of changing and everything. I think that's a natural phenomenon that's going on. I'm not going to get into that. This channel doesn't get into politics and whatnot. So, but anyway, we have to deal with the Canadian smoke, and those who have to, like in the Upper Peninsula, it's really bad here in Michigan. So it's not quite as bad down here in South Haven. But anyway, for those of you who are really in it, we wish you the best and stay safe, right, Mary? So with that,
Absolutely.
we thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later. Love ya.